Okarun and Evil Eye trading blows, and thanks to the training that Turbo Granny gave him, he was able to match Evil Eye's strength and speed. He even dodges Evil Eye's strongest attack by tapping further into Turbo Granny's powers. Momentarily transformed into a speed freak form, he catches Evil Eye off guard and sends him flying to Seiko's house, destroying it in the process. However, a problem arises as Okarun has exerted himself too much. As a result, he reverts back to his human form. Gigi is still in his Evil Eye form, and he seems extremely happy upon finally finding his match, as he tries to provoke Okarun to transform and fight with him. Okarun knows he can't change right away, but at the same time, no one among Momo, Ira, and Manjiro can handle the vicious Evil Eye. Seiko can still exorcise Evil Eye, but he wants to take care of the situation in his own way. Even before training with Turbo Granny, Okarun was well aware of the fact that mentally, Evil Eye is just a kid who can't discern between right and wrong and considers his act of killing and fighting as a form of game. To beat Evil Eye in his own game, Okarun became strong enough to gain his respect and planned to keep the spirit fixated on fighting with him to protect the rest of his found family. At present, Okarun refuses to continue his fight with Evil Eye, as he deems the Evil Eye to be weaker than him. He is totally bluffing. In reality, he can't continue fighting with him for a prolonged period of time. But Evil Eye is not very bright, as he pleads with Okarun to fight with him, and Okarun is able to convince him to agree to every single term he throws at him in exchange. It is decided that Evil Eye will get to be with him on every Tuesday for a minimum time, and in exchange he will not engage in a fight and refrain from killing anyone. As a sign of upholding the promise he made, Evil Eye hands Okarun Gigi's underwear, transferring his cursed part, which doesn't want to make a deal with anyone and wants to kill everyone instead. Upon being questioned by Momo, Turbo Granny shares that it was Okarin's plan all along. At least for the time being, the Evil Eye situation is under control. The next day, Manjiro leaves for Byakuja village to the Buddhist shrine to safeguard the cursed underwear. Gigi's parents arrive to take their son back home and thank Seiko and others for taking care of him. Ira and Okarun are next to leave, but not before Ira and Momo get into funny banter over their feelings for Okarun. Momo, Turbo Granny, and Seiko stand next to their destroyed home. Seiko is unwilling to take much stress at the moment and decides to take Momo and Granny to the super bathhouse. Seiko still doesn't know how she will manage to rebuild her house, and no matter how much Momo wants to help, her part-time maid cafe job salary won't even come close to cutting it. Upon returning home, Momo and Seiko come across a robot-like alien. Momo attacks the alien and suddenly stopped by Okarun, Mantesian, Chiquitita, Ira, and Okarun, who have arrived to help Seiko in repairing the house. Mantesian introduces the robot-looking character as his friend, Mr. Ludris, who has a talent in construction. Given how much Seiko has helped all of them, they want to return the favor by helping her to rebuild the house. Seiko initially disagrees but eventually gets convinced to take assistance from them. Mantesian brings out Nanoskin, a unique building block that can be given any desirable shape one wishes for. This makes the job of rebuilding all too easy, as within a few hours Seiko's house appears as good as new. The group leaves upon completion of the house, allowing Momo and Seiko to take a much-deserved sleep after a long while. Gigi arrives with his parents, as they have brought building materials to show their gratitude to Seiko by helping her in rebuilding, but the Injoji family gets surprised to see that it has already been done. The next day, Gigi and Momo take a walk to school, and Gigi shares that Evil Eye has kept his promise by not turning on anyone. Gigi acknowledges that there was already a rapport between him and Evil Eye, and he can feel the spirit's both positive and negative feelings. Out of nowhere, Gigi asks Momo whether she has a crush on anyone, leaving her embarrassed and angry. Gigi knows that Momo and Okarun have grown closer and share strong feelings toward each other, and perhaps Momo too knows that Gigi is aware of that. Anyway, their conversation gets interrupted by some girls from their school who are concerned about Gigi's sudden absence. One of them offers Gigi a cold drink, which immediately turns him into Evil Eye. The spirit starts speaking about butchering people, and somehow Momo manages to keep the situation from escalating. At school, Momo fails to find any hot food or beverage to turn Gigi back to his human form, and as a result, she basically has to babysit Evil Eye through the whole day. However, Evil Eye keeps his word and proves to be quite a curious soul, trying to adapt to the things that are new to him, like doing classwork, eating with chopsticks, and so on and so forth. Miko and Muko question Momo about Gigi's changed behavior and mentions the golden ball, considering it to be the reason for Gigi's transformation. Momo takes a look at the floating golden ball, which she recognizes as Kintama, Okarin's missing testicle, which Turbo Granny ended up losing.